Okay, today we're going to talk about the number one reason diets fail, and I promise you, it is not your fault. Now, first, I want to tell you a little tale, right? A tale of, let's say, two travelers. Let's call them Sarah and Emily, right? They set on the same journey to climb a mountain. So, I am bringing along today some props just to help you understand the value of this story. I think you can see everything here. There we go. All right. So now my pin. So you have two women, right? And they're traveling to the same goal. Now, this goal could be weight loss, which is what we're going to talk about today. It could be any type of goal. So you have two women here, each of my little stick figures, and the mountain is a goal, right? Many times we feel like our goal is a mountain of some sort. So the really important thing is that Sarah chooses the fastest, most extreme path, right? It's really steep, and she's going to go up. There's rocks, there's this exhaustion, and she's going to try and try and try, right? It's grueling, but she heard it leads to quick results. And at first, she's really motivated, right? She pushes herself, she skips, breaks, she ignores hunger and forces herself forward. But soon exhaustion fills in, right? She's trying, she's trudging, she's climbing the best that she can. And before you know it, she slips and falls and tumbles back down to where she was, and probably in a worse state of affairs. Now, this is where you may be if you go all in, like on a New Year's Eve resolution, for example. Do you find yourself doing all sorts of stuff? You try your hardest and still you struggle. Well, now we have the other person, right? So let's bring this one up because she is doing something very interesting. So Emily, on the other hand, takes a different approach, right? She chooses a steady, sustainable path and one that really allows her to move forward without burning out. So if you've ever gone hiking, they're called switchbacks. And up this mountain, and it may seem like a longer, more boring route, but I guarantee you it's a lot easier than going straight up the mountain. And so, what happens with this type of approach, you have that sustainable path, right? One that just allows her to move forward without burning out. And she listens to her body, she rests when she needs, and she keeps on going. And over time, you find that she finally makes it to the top. Yay! And she has energy to spare. Now, Sarah believes she failed because she wasn't strong enough. But the truth is, she just picked the wrong path, right? So now let me ask you, have you ever, started a diet, for example, with excitement, only to fall off a few weeks later? Have you ever blamed yourself for not having enough willpower? Have you ever thought, maybe I just don't have what it takes? So, if so, I want you to hear this really loud and clear. It is not your fault. Now, diets tell you that if you just try harder, right? Push through the cravings, control yourself, you'll absolutely succeed. But let's go back to the two travelers. Now, Sarah didn't fall or fail because she wasn't strong enough. She failed because she chose a path that wasn't built for long term success. Now, diets do the same thing. They ask you to force change overnight, to fight against deeply ingrained habits, emotional triggers, and subconscious patterns that have been with you for years. Now, the fact is, up to 43% of your daily actions are habits, things you do automatically without even thinking. This includes what, when, and how you eat. So, when a diet tells you just eat less, just stop craving sugar, just have more discipline, it's like asking Sarah, right? Remember this one? To run up the mountain with no brakes, no tools, and no clear strategy. No wonder it feels impossible to keep going, right? The real reason diets fail is that habits run the show. So let's think about this. Do you consciously decide to crave sweets when you're stressed? No. Do you choose to overeat when you're bored or emotional? Does that sound familiar? Do you deliberately snack mindlessly while watching TV? No, none of us actually choose those things. Of course not. These behaviors are what we call automatic habits, right? These are wired into your brain for years of repetition. And this is where diets fail you. Now they focus again on that short-term restriction instead of the long-term habit change. So they tell you to fight the cravings instead of rewiring them. They tell you to push through instead of making weight loss effortless. And they focus on those quick fixes instead of sustainable change. So what actually works? Well, I'm going to describe what I'd like to share with you is the habit healing approach, right? If you want to lose weight without relying on willpower, you don't need another diet. You need a better path and one that works with your brain and not against it. So imagine you naturally crave nourishing foods instead of fighting temptations. You move your body because it feels good and not as a punishment. You make healthy choices automatically without struggling. And it isn't about forcing yourself to eat a certain way, although I'm a big fan of plant-based diets. It's about becoming the kind of person who naturally eats in a way that supports your metabolism, helps you with your health goals. That's exactly what I've created here for you is a weight loss habit quiz. And it really is kind of hones in on 4 different types of individuals. And based on your results, I'm going to give you once you get through with the questions, it's very quick. It's like 60 seconds. You answer some short questions. Then you're going to get a video from me explaining what's going on and how you can proceed to make this first step into a better system. Now, the quiz is below. The weight loss habit quiz is down below. There's a link that says take you to the quiz. Take the quiz. You answer the few questions. And like I said, my video will come on and it'll tell you exactly what you need to be doing to move in the right direction of creating a better habit system. And that's really, really important piece. So every single day for the next 60 days, I'm going to be coming on here and sharing with you all about this system. But the first step is to take the quiz to kind of help you diagnose what's going on in your own life because everyone is going to be in a little bit different pattern, a little bit different habits. So I hope you find that helpful. Click the link below, take the quiz, and come back and tell me what were your results. I'm really excited to learn how I can help you further. So thanks again for listening, everyone, and I really appreciate, as always, sending gratitude, joy, love, and healing your way. Have a blessed rest of your day.